Hello, welcome to tonight's technical analysis video. This is our daily stock trading series. My name is Eric Lewis, and tonight we're going to take a look at Coca Cola Company. Today is November the 22nd, 2019. Now, when we look at the 1 year chart of this stock, you can see that we experienced a short. We opened the year up really with a little bit of an uptrend back in January, had a bad earnings and fell to the lows of the year, and then had a, what's that, 7 month rally from the beginning of March through September. I guess that would be about a 6 month rally. And as of September, we started a arguably 2.5 month downtrend. And right now, it looks like we actually might be pulling up out of that downtrend. We'll see as we do this analysis a little further. Now, let's look at the moving averages the way we always do. So you can look at the picture and it gives you a quick look, but you can also look at the actual numbers, the numerical values up in the upper left-hand corner. So you have the 10-day lower than the 20, which is lower than the 50-day moving average. That is a sign that stock is likely to be heading lower in this stock. So the moving averages on the 1 year at least are showing a lower, a bearish signal. Here's a look at the 5 year chart, and it puts things in a little bit different perspective. So you do see a few more little drops in the stock, but by and large, this is a stock that seems to like to go in one direction, and that's up. And we'll look at the moving averages as well. Now, the moving averages are in line for a bullish move on this time perspective. But if you look, the 10-week and the 20-week are literally a penny apart. So with the averages so close, I would almost move these towards or value this as being less relevant or inconclusive. I really like there to be a little bit more space between each of the moving averages. Now, rather than look at the Fibonacci retracement, for now we are going to just look at the all-time stock movements. So if I were to use this, the downtrend that we saw from, we'll call it 1999 through really 2005, the stock really struggled. Every higher price was followed by a lower low, and the high prices kept getting lower. But then came 2009, and since 2009, man, this stock has been just up and up and up. So each downward move since then has really been followed by a 100% retracement and an even higher high. So this is a stock that right now, for the last almost 10 years, has been in an uptrend. So that's really strong. Tough to speak poorly about a stock that can give you 10 years of positive gain. Now here's the 1 year MACD, and I like this because it gives us an indication of where momentum may be. And with us crossing, with the two exponential moving averages crossing below the zero line, of course, is the oversold territory. With this most recent cross here in November, it looks like this is definitely a bullish signal for this stock. The other thing I like about this stock is that it hasn't given a lot of crossing patterns below the zero line. You can look back in January, early 2019, we had a cross there and went higher up. You see it again in mid or early March, and now you saw it a little bit in October, but it was so close to the zero line that you almost have to expect that to be a false signal. But the one that we're getting now is a little bit lower, and I think this could be real. I'm not saying go right out and buy the stock, but certainly something to keep an eye on. And of course, I like to see what visual cues we're getting from the stock. So I just wanted to look at the uptrending channel that we had from March really through September, and then looking at the downward trend that we've seen since then. And our prices right now are at the top of this downward trend. In all honesty, that's because of the way that I drew this. I'm going to wait. I would advise waiting until we get a little higher to see if this is truly going to be a breakout from this downward trend or if we're going to go a little bit lower. So overall, the stock reached all-time highs in September and has pulled back since then. The moving averages for the 1 year, of course, are in line for lower prices, so that would be a bearish signal. Fibonacci retracement, of course, is less relevant because of the long-term uptrend in this stock, really a 10-year uptrend, and overall. The 1 year MACD is giving us a buy signal, a very clear one, but certainly one that's worth taking note of, but not certain that I want to make a move on it just yet. So this Coca Cola stock is currently in a downward trend on the 1 year chart, but overall it's still very much in a long-term upward trend. So this stock, Coca Cola is an industry leader. It wins its category. It pays a dividend. I mean, this is a strong stock, and it seems to reach higher after every pullback. So I would lean towards waiting for the short-term downward trend to end and then buying the shares. So since the 1 year moving averages are truly is still in a bit of a bearish trend, I would wait to get a clear cross in those, wait for those to point higher and give us a move to being a bullish signal. As long as that MACD signal still is pointing up and saying, hey, buy the stock. If I get two of these, if I get two out of my 3 or 4 technical indicators pointing in a direction, I tend to trust it more than any single one. But I also would not advise selling this stock. I mean, this is Coca Cola. It's a really tough company to compete against and a really tough stock to sell when you look at its history. So that's it for today. Certainly, be patient. I've had to learn patience the hard way. The easy way is listening and using data to give you reason to be patient in your actions. The hard way, of course, which I've learned, is by losing real dollars in your own trading. And with experience comes a little bit of wisdom. So I'm just going to hold back on this and wait for an opportunity to buy. Selling just doesn't seem like it's going to truly pay off the way I would need it to pay off in order to take the risk of selling an industry leader. So that's it for Coca Cola. Thank you so much for listening to these videos, watching these videos. Feel free to share them with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Have a great weekend. Happy trading.